Hello again, everyone, and welcome back aboard Felicity, November 8033 Foxtrot, a Cessna flight training device that I built at home. We're on the ground here at Yellowstone, and going to be joining the Pilot Club for one of their events for their GA Tuesday. So let's jump right on over to the Discord there and catch the briefing, which I am, as always, fashionably late to. Alright.
As I always say now, please do not fly right now with us at all if you have not at least gone over the flight plan. Just make sure you read the Google Doc link and fully know it and know exactly what's going on. Of course, you can still fly with us. Just take a second, though. Depart a little late, whatever. We're here all night. Usually we get off for 2-3 hours around flying, if not longer. So just make sure you guys read the Google Doc. I'm not going to go over it too much. But of course, as we depart out of here, Yellowstone, you're going to head north. We're going to be departing runway 1. Winds are favoring that right now. Going to depart up north, head over the lake, the Hedgen Lake, which is just right there to our north. What is it, like 3 miles, not even, and you're already into it. And then you're going to follow that up, and you can see where Earthquake Lake is. On a section, of course, make sure you have a section in front of you. That's what's going to help in this entire flight. And then you can kind of see how the flow is. They got it perfectly listed. Go around Earthquake Lake. You're going to head down to Salto's Cliff Lake. It's kind of weird how he put it on the map if you guys are looking at it on the description below. But whatever way you want to go after we leave Reynolds Pass and you start going towards Henry's Lake, whatever way you guys want to set that up is absolutely fine. And then that's about it, and then you following the road the whole way up. When you get to Del Flight, up to you, touch and go, or you can just fly over it. I might even just do a quick full stop there or touch and go myself, and then you just following the highway up, going up to Burt Mooney, sweeping back around the pass, and then we're ending it off at Dillion. Oh no, I'm sorry, Ruby Valley. Any questions at all? I know you guys all read the flight plan. I ain't going to keep you much longer. And, hey, Michael, how are you?
Paul, I do have a question.
Yeah, what you got?
I'm showing our final destination, Kilo Romeo Victor Foxtrot. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah, no other question.
Alright, that's coming up as a different name as Twin Rivers for me, but I think it is, or Twin Bridges, but I think it is the same airport.
Explain.
Correct.
Yeah, I believe I saw a note about that.
Yeah, I posted that earlier this morning. I just wanted to confirm we are looking at the same.
Yeah, that is, I see it on the sectional right now.
Identifier.
It says Twin Bridges. Yeah, no, you're good. That is it.
Pretty sure Twin Bridges is the town.
Yeah. Well, if anything else, guys have any questions, of course, let us know. But if not, enjoy. And of course, whoever wants to go first, just make your Unicom calls. Everybody can taxi out for departure. I would say spacing's at your discretion. Of course, departing out of here, flights of 2 are absolutely fine, or more. No problem with that. And if not, maybe about a 30-second gap or so. Also depends what kind of plane you're flying. Maybe talk to the guy in front of you if he's flying something slower. Maybe some of you 172 guys should go towards the end, faster guys first. See you up there.
Alright. Bear with me just a second here while I finalize some things. Alright. Sorry about that. I had to check a couple things on the ground. Let's get started up here. Alright, passenger brief. Think you may have caught that already, but we're going to be flying here out of Yellowstone. And let me get that information document that I printed out for the area. Okay. We're going to depart Yellowstone and head north over Hebgen Lake. And then at the far end of the lake, we're going to turn west and cut through the pass over Earthquake Lake. And once we make it out the other side, we will go south towards Cliff Lake, then navigate the pass between the mountains. On the other side, we'll head west over a lot more water until we reach the small town of Lima. And then we will hit our first airport at Del Flight. Then from there, we're going to pick up a railroad track and head north to Clark Canyon Reservoir, and then continue along the tracks through the valley until our second airport of Burt Mooney, Kilo Bravo Tango Mike. So we might do a full stop there, and then from there we're going to head on over to our final destination of Twin Bridges. So let's get started up here. Passenger brief, just kind of went over it. Tack time 543.1, that matches my last out. And alternate static is off, not going to worry about oxygen today. Weather-wise, we are overcast. I did clear all the cloud layers out, so we do have real-world weather with the exception of it drawing the clouds. The cloud information is still in there. Okay, I'll start checklist seat track. Let's get scooted up here. Okay. Avionics are off, autopilot is off. Cowl flaps are open, circuit breakers are all in, throttle's quarter, prop is high, mixture is lean, brakes are on. Clear prop, looks clear on the left, clear on the right. Master's going on, beacon on. Let's go for this aircraft to get past us. Alright, clear. Okay, mags to start. Okay. And oil pressure is in the green. We're going to sit here for a minute until oil temperature comes up. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and turn our landing light on for safety and move right along to our pre-taxi checklist. Seat belts, I'll get that on momentarily. Our flaps are up. And let's turn some avionics on.
Super long ground roll.
Lean.
Okay, let's grab some local weather. And it is here, Yellowstone 118.1.
Yellowstone weather. Wind 360 at 6, gust 13, visibility more than 10. Sky clear, temperature 8, dew point -7. Altimeter 3020.
3020.
Yellowstone weather. Wind 360 at 6, gust 13, visibility more than 10. Sky clear, temperature 8, dew point -7. Altimeter 3020.
Okay.
Yellowstone weather.
I'm gonna go right
Wind
behind
360
you.
at 6 gust 13, visibility more than 10.
Okay, sounds good.
Sky
Thanks.
clear, temperature 8, dew
Hello?
point -7. Altimeter.
I don't think our weather information is updated just yet. Alright, we'll try this again.
Yellowstone weather. Wind 360 at 6 gust 13, visibility more than 10. Sky clear, temperature 8, dew point -7. Altimeter 3020.
Altimeter 3020 puts us, is it 6650 feet? Well, I guess we got some good weather information. 6649. Alright. Oil temperature has come up, and ADIS, we did get our weather. Let's go ahead and set our heading indicator to compass. Alright, right around 197 degrees. Okay, transponder going on. Squawk VFR mode Charlie. My VFR flight plan has already been filed, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. Looks like we're ready to taxi. Turn coordinator and attitude indicator and brakes I will test on the roll here. Alright. Parking brake off.
You weren't?
I got an aircraft coming up here on my left. Okay. Brake test. Brakes are good. Let's get over to Unicom. And it looks like everyone's taking a 01, which is what the winds were favoring.
Yellowstone traffic, Pilot Club 83, left crosswind, last call, departing to northwest, Yellowstone.
Yellowstone traffic, Skyline Pilot Club 33 is at the ramp taxiing the runway 01 via Alpha Yellowstone.
Yellowstone traffic, Pilot Club 74, turning left crosswind, Yellowstone, last call.
Alright, nobody's there.
Yellowstone traffic, Pilot Club 36, taking off runway 1, departing to the northwest out of left crosswind, Yellowstone. Yellowstone traffic, Jaeger, left up runway right.
Yellowstone weather. Wind 360 at 6 gust 13, visibility more than 10.
360 at 6 gusting 13.
Yellowstone traffic, pilot clip 36, turning left crosswind, departing to the northwest. Last call, Yellowstone.
Alright, so we're looking for... Alright, somebody's got an open mic on Discord. I'm gonna get that out of there. We're looking for 4 Uniform Niner as our next destination. Dell Flight Strip. We'll go down here, we'll do a quick run up. Scenery wise, I am using ortho photos with the ARC imagery and the zoom level 16. And this Yellowstone Airport I downloaded from the explain.org forum.
Yellowstone traffic, pilot club 5623, lining up runway 1. Yellowstone traffic 563, taking off north or to the northeast. Yellowstone traffic.
Alright, let me try and swing around here. Do a quick run up while waiting in line. Well, I guess we're just gonna... We got one coming up, that's alright. We'll hold them up for a minute. Alright, brakes are on, fuel's on both. Mag check 1800. Left mag is my drop. Right mag, there's my drop. Prop cycle 1,
563,
2,
turning crosswind, departing to the northwest.
prop cycle is good. Suctions in the grain, temperature or pressures in the grain, good fuel flow. Alright, everything looks good. Let me go ahead and power back. And we'll swing right back around this way. Okay. And now let me go ahead and complete. Check flight controls down on the right, up on the left, down on the left, up on the right. Elevator, rudder, both fuel responsive.
Yellowstone traffic, Bonanza 1561 Lima, taking off runway 1.
Run up checklist
turn out
complete.
to the northwest, going up to 8500 Yellowstone. Yellowstone traffic,
Park brake on.
41 Kodiak, lining up runway 1, waiting for departing traffic.
Check something real quick. Something's still not right.
Yellowstone traffic, pilot Club 341, Kodiak, taking off runway 1, VFR departure to the northwest, Yellowstone.
Yellowstone traffic, Bonanza 61 Lima's left crosswind runway 1, departing the area straight out to the northwest, going up to 8500, last call, Yellowstone.
Alright, now our centers come online, that looks better.
Yellowstone traffic, pilot Club Caravan.
Showing up late for work.
Runway 1.
Park and break off. Okay.
Yellowstone traffic, Club 341, Kodiak, left crosswind runway 1, Yellowstone.
Yellowstone traffic, pilot Club Caravan 217, departing runway 1, left crosswind departure to the northwest, Yellowstone.
Yellowstone traffic, Skyline Pilot Club 33 is lining up runway 01, Yellowstone. Strobes going on.
Well, that's nice. I looked away for a second. Now the ground's covered with snow.
Yeah, I noticed that. Switched
Oh yeah,
for
I
me
just
too.
saw that too. Must have been a freak snowstorm.
Yeah.
Left Yellowstone traffic, pilot Club Caravan 217, turning left downwind, departing the area to the northwest, up to 8500. Final call, Yellowstone.
Yellowstone traffic, Skyline Pilot Club 33, taking runway 01, left crosswind departure to the northwest, Yellowstone. Full power. So rudder for center. Airspeed's coming alive. Let's rotate. We do have positive climb rate. Everything's in the green. Plenty of runway left, but we are going to call it a go. Alright, and then from here we are going to head north over Hebgen Lake. Very long runway here at Yellowstone. Yellowstone traffic, Skyline Pilot Club 33 is left crosswind 01, departing the area to the northwest. Last call, Yellowstone. And then at the far end of the lake, we're going to turn west and cut through the pass over Earthquake Lake. 8,000 feet, ground speed of 110 right now. Indicating 100.
Yellowstone traffic, Pilot Club 563, turning left into the First River Valley at 8,500. I heard somebody else have that attitude. 563.
Alright. So we're going to kind of navigate through here. Running out of room, I tell ya. I really want to get an iPad mini in here so I can get rid of the full-size one and then the cabin. Alright. The far end of the lake, we'll turn west and cut through the pass over Earthquake Lake. And once we make it out the other side, we'll go south towards Cliff Lake. WestJet 1450, hello sir. Good evening. We are with the Pilot Club, flying through Yellowstone, Montana. Sounds awesome, he says, and so far so good. I just redid the ortho. I had it in Google. I just redid it in the ARC imagery. I like it a lot better than the Google. But yeah, so far it's been interesting. We literally just took off, so you just missed the our first departure, but yeah, we still got a couple more airports and probably about an hour and a half left of the flight. So this valley kind of narrows down here at the end, and we're going to kind of make a 90-degree turn to the left to head over this other lake. The main difference that I found between, well, I'll just explain it to you like this. Whenever airports are designed and scenery is designed for X-plane, generally it's designed over top of ESRI imagery, and ESRI imagery is also the ARC imagery. So in my experience, after using Google, well, yes, some of the scenery was more up to date with Google. What I ran into was things not being lined up properly. Like sometimes runways wouldn't quite be lined up with the Google satellite imagery, and that's because they were designed over top of ARC imagery. So with the ARC imagery, I found out that everything seems to kind of flow and sit on top of each other a lot better. Alright, so we're curving around here. This is kind of a pretty area now that I look at it through all these valleys. Alright, so once through, we're going to head south towards Cliff Lake. It's hot in the cabin. I'm taking the kneeboard off. I've got my weather. I'll hold on to the checklist. Situational awareness, I kind of got cliffs on both sides of me, but all of our instruments are in the green, moving right along at 135 along the ground. I'm doing indicated, which is about 115 or so, so we got quite a bit of a tailwind out of the north there. So we're going to head south towards Cliff Lake and then navigate the pass between the mountains. South towards Cliff Lake. Where is Cliff Lake? Alright, there's Cliff Lake. Alright, so that's going to be our pass. I don't know. Let's see if I can figure out how to mark this up here. That purple line's going to kind of be our pass as we navigate through here. And then we're going to end up in the town of Lima. I still feel like there's a great discrepancy in the space-time continuum between Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and X-Plane. seems like in my experience with group flights, when a lot of them are on the Flight Simulator 2020, is that almost everybody completes the event. You know, I might start at the very beginning, and then everyone else is done by the time I get completed, and I just don't know. I mean, they could be in a Cessna 140 and still be done before me. So, and I just don't know if that's just discrepancies across the platforms, if that's just, you know. Yeah, I wish I knew a definite answer to that one. Alright, so we just crossed over Cliff Lake. Surge, welcome aboard, buddy. Thank you. Always a pleasure. Surge is the founder, the head honcho, the main man in charge of the Pilot Club. This is actually one of their events. So if you're interested in joining the Pilot Club, check them out, thepilotclub.org, and join through the Discord server. WestJet says even with some of the newer aircraft in MSFS 2020, it still kind of feels off between X-Plane and I, you know, even never having used MSFS 2020, I still feel like there's definitely flight model discrepancies. I can almost guarantee if you put the exact same aircraft, let's say, I think Coronado makes one. They make one for both X-Plane and Flight Simulator. If you use that same aircraft and take off from the same airports and arrive at the same destination using the same weather configuration, I am 90% certain that the aircraft in Flight Simulator 2020 will arrive at its destination every bit of 5 to 10 minutes sooner than the one in X-Plane. One of these days I'd actually like to test that out. Alright, so we are through our pass over there at the Cliff Lake, and then we're going to head west over several more bodies of water until we reach the small town of Lima. And Lima is over here by Del Flight Strip, so I'm just going to maintain this VFR west through these little rivers here. And eventually we'll get to Lima Reservoir. That'll be a nice VFR landmark. And then we'll know to look out for the town. Then we got a railroad track. Looks like the railroad tracks will take us all the way up to Del Flight. And so we got a nice clear area here in between the mountains. Should be a nice scenic ride for us for a little bit. It doesn't look like a lot of these bodies of water are modeled as actual water, and that's because, since I run orthophoto, it pulls all the water information, from the OpenStreetMap servers. Unless that information's there, it's not going to know. So a lot of these little creeks and these small bodies of water that looks like we're flying over here doesn't appear to be modeled as water. Let's check that out. Let's test the theory. Alright. There's this nice big lake over here. Let's get down, apply some ground effect, and see if we can see the sun glisten off of it. WestJet 1450 came in with the first entry for the landing rig competition when we get to, our first destination, 4 Uniform Niner, Del Flight. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's water. It'd probably be tedious to draw all of these small bodies of water for the OpenStreetMap. That's probably why it hasn't been done yet. Yep. Well, maybe. Let's get down here a little lower. Well, actually, it may be water. Alright, yep, I can see the outline of the texture variation. Alright. So that is modeled as water. It's full power, because we definitely don't want to try and land on that now. And yeah. Alright, let's climb back up and we'll continue along this pass here until we get to Lima. And then from Lima we'll be on a VFR course directly to is that 4 Uniform Niner? Yeah, a 4 Uniform Niner. Currently about 35 miles away. It takes about less than 20 minutes to get there, I would imagine. Let's get back up to 8500. $7,600. Alright, looks like I might have traffic off to my left 400 feet above. So he's going to be at the same altitude most likely once I get up to 8,500. Yep, and I've got him pissed off my left wing here. Alright, 8,500, let's level off here. And yeah, what is that? Pilot Glove 563. At my 11 o'clock, same altitude. Cruise checklist, what do we got? My cruise checklist: throttle prop, make sure, cowl flaps, instruments, everything looks good. Alright, so what do we know about our runway going into Delphi? 14 and 32, 7,000 feet long, poor asphalt. It's going to be left pattern, elevation 6,000. 1432, so obviously we'll most likely be taking 32. It's probably what the winds are going to be favoring. Runway 32. So directly to our 12 o'clock is that Long Lake Lima Reservoir, and then remember just past that we had a river trucks that we were going to pick up and follow up to Delphi. How far out are we? About 24 miles. I'll make my first call when we're about 10 miles out.
Southwest traffic, Pilot Club Caravan 217, joining 5 mile final, straight in, runway 32, touchdown.
Southwest traffic, Bonanza 61 Lima, 8 to the east-southeast. We've got the caravan in sight. We'll follow you in. Delphi.
I copy 10-0.
We just entered the east end of the Lima Reservoir. Currently about 8,550 feet, making a ground speed of 158, indicating 135. Definitely getting a bit of a tailwind push.
Flight traffic, Pilot Club Caravan 217, 2 mile final, touch and go, runway 32.
Alright, I'm not sure what type of airport we're going to expect here at Del Flight. It looked like it was a couple years old when I was checking it out, the scenery for it. But I am going to make it a full stop and taxi back. They're 18 miles out.
Flight traffic, Bonanza 61 Lima is on a 2.5 mile final, runway 32, full stop, Del Flight.
Alright, I see the town of Lima.
Flight traffic, Bonanza 61 Lima, short and final 32. We're actually going to make this a touch and go and depart straight out on the go, Del Flight.
Del Flight traffic, Pilot Club 217, departing the airspace, straight out along the highway, final call, Del Flight.
Was it 34? Is that the runway we had? 16 and 34 at Del Flight? 32, 14, 32. So Del Flight was 6,000 feet elevation. We're at 8,500. Pattern's gonna be 7. Needle is 1,500. We're 11.5 miles out. About 4 minutes away. So we should probably go ahead and initiate a descent now. About 500 feet per minute.
Flight traffic, Bonanza 61 Lima, departure leg runway 32, leaving the area straight out to the northwest, going up to 8,500, last call, Del Flight.
Del Flight traffic, Skyline Pilot Club 33 is about 10 miles to the east. We're going to be making a teardrop entry into the left downwind for runway 32, full stop, Del Flight. Alright, so the town of Lima, however you want to pronounce it. If you live in Ohio, it's pronounced Lima.
Kodiak, taking runway 32, departure to the north, Delphi.
We have a Lima, Ohio. At least everyone pronounces it Lima. It's kind of some weird green circle things they've got out here. What do you think they are? I wonder if that's on the aerial view as well. Yep, sure are. Green circle things. Alright, here's our railroad track. And that would take us right up to our strip.
Delphi traffic, Pelican Tree
Crop circles.
Clear the runway, Delphi.
Alright, 6 miles out. Alright. After we do our full stop and taxi back at Del Flight. Alright, I'm gonna have to read this bit of snippet here that I didn't catch before. Did you know that the Pilot Club founder, Serge, once tried to get a job as a railroad conductor, but they didn't think he had enough training? Alright, so after we full stop, taxi back, we will follow the railroad tracks north and proceed to our next destination. You know what, from here, I guess I could do either crossover or do the teardrop. I'll do the teardrop. I already called the teardrop. Delphi traffic, Skylane Pilot Club 33 is 3.5 miles east. Going to be making a teardrop entry into the left downwind, runway 32, full stop, Delphi. That's what I thought too, with it was definitely a dad joke. Alright, 7,500. Let me get down to about 7,000. Need to make sure I steer clear of this mountain over here. I probably should have came over midfield. Oh well. Got enough room. my goal is to be able to exit off of that, well, the only exit that's going to be here at Del Plate. I don't want to have to back taxi that runway. So that's my plan. Alright. Flight traffic, Skyline Pilot Club 33 is on the 45, left downwind, runway 34, full stop, Del Flight. Three four, 3-2, 3-2, right? 3-2. I said 3-4. I know I did. That was my bad. Right. Del Flight traffic, Skyline Pilot Club 33 is midfield, left downwind, 3-2, full stop, Del Flight. I beam the numbers. Alright, showtime. Power back. Give me 10 degrees of flaps. Okay, there's my 45. Del Flight traffic, Skyline Pilot Club 33, left base 3-2, full stop, Del Flight. Definitely pushed us farther away. Del Flight traffic, Skyline Pilot Club 33, final approach 3-2, full stop, Del Flight. Alright, we'll hit that first exit there. Give me flaps 2. Got a pretty long runway. So I'll probably, when I go to depart, I'll probably take that intersection instead of back taxiing. Got a fence we gotta get over. Power back. Hard landing. Oh, yep. That one wasn't very good. That one was no good at all. We had a bit of a crosswind, which I didn't even pull the weather as we came in. Probably should have. Probably should have. Okay, let me... Del Flight, Skyline Pilot Club 33 is clear of 3-2, Del Flight. Yeah, that sock is. Okay. That was a hard hit. Let me just check my struts and landing gear real quick. Okay. Yes, Serge, my gear is broken. Absolutely. Yep, that was definitely a hard hit. But for the magic of simulation, I think we're good to go now. Yep, we're ready to go. Alright. Parking brake on. I will be right back in about... Parking brake on. I'll be right back in about 2 minutes. Bear with me.
Billion traffic, helicopter 341, Kodiak. About 3-4 miles to the south. We make it straight in runway 35 for a touch and go. Billion traffic.
My apologies for that delay. Sorry that took a couple more minutes longer than expected. Okay, let's get going here. Parking brake is back off. We are here at Del Plate. There is no, from what I can tell, additional parallel taxiway with the runway. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and take this intersection departure here. And let me just, yeah, there's no runway airport diagram. Del Flight Traffic Skyline Pilot Club 33 is taking an intersection departure runway 32 to the north, Del Flight. Alright. Clear. Strobes on. Alright. And where's that sock pointed that way? Okay, wind correction. Rudder. Full power. Hold center. Alright, airspeed's coming alive. Let's neutral and rotate. Positive climb rate. Plenty of runway left still. But we are in the green. I am going to go ahead and call it a go. Let's VY up and get out of here. Alright, next stop. Kilo Bravo Tango Mike. Which is, you know, that one up here. Bert Mooney. Alright, so what other information do we have here that I can, let's see. From there we're going to follow the tracks north. And when we reach Clark Canyon Reservoir, we'll make a slight left northwest and continue the tracks through the valley all the way to our second airport. So we can basically use this as a landmark and go all the way up. Well, that's a road, that's a road. That's... yeah, that's a road. There's the tracks. So I guess going north. I guess we're kind of going northwest and then northeast. You know what? We're just gonna go up to 8,500. Be good there. Honker, hello, welcome, buddy. Welcome. We are on our second leg with the Pilot Club GA Tuesday event, checking out the Yellowstone area. We just departed at a 4 Uniform 9er, which is a little podunk airport of Del Flight Strip, and we're heading north up to Kilo Bravo Tango Mike. Honker, check him out, guys. Honker is actually in the process of building a Honker simulator. It will be a long process for him, I'm sure, but I'm excited to see how it turns out. He's got an actual Honker fuselage that he's transitioning. So yeah, he does stream some X-Plane, so check him out. And Honker and WestJet both in with the landing rate predictions for our next stop at Kilo Bravo Tango Mike. Okay. There's our power lines, there's our railroad tracks. Almost to 8,500. Alright, well, we reached Clark Canyon Reservoir, which is going to be this one directly at our 12 o'clock that you can kind of see just over the wet compass there. We're going to make a slight left, northwest, and continue to track through the valley all the way to our second airport. Okay, and what do we know about Bert Mooney up here? ASOS 135.175, let me get that on standby. 135.175. Okay, and I'm going to take us a couple of minutes to clarify something. Most of the time when it comes to my virtual flying, I don't have a lot of time to do a lot of pre-flight planning. In the real world, I would have all the information already written out, and at my, as I need, I don't have to go through the full flight sectional, because I already have all that information planned out on, scratch pad that I can just flip through. But a lot of times, with work and family, and flying, planning for virtual flying is, I almost kind of do that on the go. So, if I say I'm unfamiliar, it's because I'm unfamiliar. Okay, so there's our tracks. So, what do we know about Bert Mooney? We've got our ASOS set up in there, so we got that on standby. And what do I know? Runway 12 and 30 is closed. So that gives us an option of 15 and 33. And we're going to pick 33 with our winds. Runway 15 is right traffic. So 33 I would imagine is left traffic. And what's everyone doing there? What's everyone using? Runway 12, right? That's what it looks like. That's alright. I'll use the applicable one. I'll just make the calls. Runway 33, that's what we're going to take at Bert Mooney. Provided that still is in line with the current weather information. And speaking of, I can probably go ahead and grab that now. 135.175. Well, it doesn't look like that ATIS is broadcasting. Alright, what do I know about the weather there? Since I am using real world weather, looks like winds are calm. Now, we don't necessarily abide by real world NOTAMs on VATSIM. So as opposed to not disrupting the flow of traffic, I suppose I will go ahead and take the active that everyone else is using, runway 12. Okay, we're still a bit of ways away. That's why I wasn't able to grab that weather information yet. Because instead of going to, I was coming from another destination, so what I had displayed on the 530, what I was looking at, was not accurate. So we have currently about 56 nautical miles till we get to our next destination on Burt Mooney. Current pace, it should take us about 25 minutes to get there. Looks like there's some other traffic in the area. Alright. I must be trimmed up. I got 700 feet and didn't want 700 feet. I've decided that I need to invest in a mobile phone holder for the cockpit. Alright, 8,500. Let's level off here. Let's focus on staying at 8,500. Now, these tracks should take us all the way. All the way up to second airport is my understanding. Oh, alright. Tracks. Yep. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to follow the tracks. Running just slightly lean of peak currently. Manifold pressure right around 23. These are some very interesting green circles. I can only imagine it's for farming. Water irrigation? I'm not sure, but I'm definitely going to have to research that because it's got my curiosity piqued. It's not something that I see every day around Ohio. And there's several of them. And they're certainly not small. Uh, 46 miles to go, a little bit of situational awareness. Yeah, not a whole lot around us right now except a bunch of mountains. Plenty of places to put the plane down if I needed to, though. What did I do? And WestJet says when he flies to LA he sees a lot of them, and that doesn't surprise me. We're here in Montana, so there might be something out in the west. It's a very interesting. You see all this brown around, but then you have these green circles. It's very interesting indeed. Okay. Oil temperature, oil pressure is in the green. Surprisingly, we're not using as much fuel as I expected us to thus far. Cruising along, making a ground speed of 147, indicating 135. So these railroad tracks are gonna kinda curve us. Couple left and right, left and right. But essentially it will get us all the way up to... Yeah, it will take us all the way there. Oh. We are in the Boss 182 today. Whipper does an STC conversion for the Cessna Skyline 182. Increases useful load to 3,500. Empty increases empty weight to 2,550. And going from 230 horsepower, the Lycoming IO 540 to the Lycoming IO 580 at 340 horsepower.
Warrior 4 uniform turning final, runway 32.
34 miles out. 135, 175.
Traffic Cherokee 831 November to the west, departing to the west, last call.
So I'll try and grab the weather information again once we get to about 20 miles out and about 15 miles or so. See if we can get some weather for Burt Mooney.
Traffic, Skyhawk 53996, 7 miles to the northwest, coming in for a pattern on a 45 downwind runway 32.
The audio that you're listening to is X-Chatter. It's an X-Plane plugin. Kind of brings some live ATC.net recordings into the cockpit when it's quiet on Unicom.
Traffic 2 kilos here, turning 45 down 119, traffic.
Ruby Valley traffic on 2510 to the north, going to be making a downwind runway 7 Valley.
Okay.
Traffic 6 on downwind, runway 19, traffic.
29 miles out. So everybody's still using 1-2. And if traffic is less when I get there and accommodating, I will go ahead.
Traffic 2 kilos here, turn down runway 19, traffic.
I will probably choose the open runway as opposed to the closed one. But we'll see how the traffic flow is when I get closer to that area.
Traffic 2 kilos here, base runway 19, traffic. Traffic 2 kilos here, final runway 19, traffic.
Ruby Valley traffic about 25 miles 5 miles north. You enter a left downwind runway 7 Ruby Valley. Burt Mooney traffic, Bonanza 61 Lima is on a 5 mile straight into roadway 12 Burt Mooney. Burt Mooney traffic, Kodiak 3410 Whiskey, going around making left traffic runway 12 Burt Mooney.
Traffic 7 downwind runway 19,
Ruby Valley traffic, present at 36, 10 miles to the north, will be making left downwind, runway 07, Ruby Valley.
Traffic 7 standing base, runway 19.
I don't understand where that name Ruby Valley came from.
Left downwind runway 7 Ruby Valley.
Ruby Valley Field. Twin Bridges. I guess it is called Ruby Valley Field. Okay. So that's something I'm gonna have to fix in X-Plane.
Ruby Valley traffic,
Kodiak 50 Foxtrot, 10 miles to the north, can enter a left downwind for
Because
runway
an
35,
X-plane, it's called Twin Bridges, and I wasn't able to find it earlier, but I did then I was. So that's just something I'll have to change on the X-plane gateway. Okay, so it is, alright. So it is called Ruby Valley. Alright, so that's the traffic calls we'll make. In X-plane, it's called Twin Bridges.
Traffic, it's about 2 miles to the northeast of the field at 3,300. Semi engine now will be landing runway 19. Anyone's coming in the corridor, please fly. Ruby Valley traffic, pilot club 25, turn of final, runway 7, Ruby Valley.
Burbank traffic, pilot club 341, left base, runway 12, Burbank.
Oh.
Traffic, Skyhawk, 7 miles out, RNAV 33, practice approach, got here.
Ruby Valley traffic, pilot club 36, entering left downwind, runway 07, Ruby Valley.
Ruby Valley traffic, Kodiak 50 Foxtrot, 5 miles to the north, can enter a left downwind for runway 35, Ruby Valley. Ruby Valley traffic, 25, clear all runways, Ruby Valley.
Alright, I gotta watch out for this traffic in front of me, about 100 foot below me. So he's gonna be at my 12 o'clock.
Bermooney, Bonanza 61, Lima, clear runway 12, Bermooney. Ruby Valley traffic.
Rocket's right base for 7.
Base, runway 07.
Ruby Valley, pilot club 83, 100 miles to the north will be joining.
Have I checked out On-Air Airline Manager? I have not, WestJet. I will make a note to look at that. I'm not exactly sure what it is. But I'll definitely check that out. Alright, where is this traffic?
Rocket's turning final 7.
Ruby Valley traffic, pilot club 51 on final, runway 07.
Ruby Valley traffic, pilot club 36, turning left base, runway 07.
Bermooney traffic, Bonanza 61, Lima's crossing runway 3315 on Delta, Bermooney.
The rocket short final 10.
Pilot club, Bermooney traffic, pilot club 341. On the go, runway 12, VFR departure to the east, Bermooney.
Nope, I haven't checked that out yet.
Ruby Valley traffic, pilot club.
Traffic, Trinidad 341 Tango Bravo coming up.
Alright, 14 miles out. So I am going to use runway 15.
Ruby Valley traffic, pilot club 36, short final, 07.
Ruby Valley traffic, left 0.
traffic, Pilot Club 341, clear runway 12. VFR departure to the east. Last call, Burt Mooney.
Roy Valley Traffic Pilot Club 8311, downwind, runway 7. Roy Valley.
Still don't have this other traffic in sight yet.
Ruby Valley traffic clear, 50 Foxtrot, turning left base, runway 35, Ruby Valley.
Alright, so we're gonna take runway 15 because runway 12 is closed. Correct? Is that what we decided? Runway 12 is closed.
Ruby Valley traffic clear, 50 Foxtrot, turning final, runway 35, Ruby Valley.
Valley Traffic, Pilot Club 8311, Ruby Valley.
Burt Mooney traffic, Bonanza 1561 Lima, take off runway 12, right turn out to the south, going up to 8500, Burt Mooney.
Ruby Valley traffic, what's that, 7167, wanting us to get to the runway 35, Valley.
Burt Mooney traffic, Skyline Pilot Club 33 is 8 miles to the south. We are going to be entering a right base for runway 15. Full stop, Burt Mooney.
Ruby Valley Traffic, Pilot Club 83, 3 mile final, runway 7, Ruby Valley.
Ruby Valley traffic, code 850 Foxtrot, clear, runway 35, Ruby Valley.
Okay, 8 miles out. Yep, so following the tracks in will basically put us on our right base for runway 15. Alright. Second airport of Burt Mooney. Now we can stop here and take a break or continue and do a flyover. Then it's just a short hop around Microwave Tower to the south to our destination airport of Ruby Valley. I will probably make this one another full stop. I apologize. It is awfully hot in the cabin, so I'm drinking a lot of water.
Burt Mooney traffic, Bonanza 61 Lima is 2 to the south, 7600 climbing 8500, leaving the area out to the south. Last call, Burt Mooney.
Ruby Valley Pilot Club 83, runway 7, Ruby Valley.
Burt Mooney traffic, Skyline Pilot Club 33, 7 miles south. Can be entering a right base, runway 15, full stop, Burt Mooney. Okay, looks like this is where our tracks are gonna curve. There's a road. It looks like our tracks hang right and run parallel.
Bert Mooney weather. Wind light and variable, visibility more than 10. Sky clear, temperature 3, dew point -15. Altimeter 3024.
Alright. Good and updated altimeter 3024. So that brought us up about 100 feet. Let's get back down there.
Hey James, I apologize if I got right on top of you there when you were on final here. I was like, I lost sight of you, and then suddenly I was right on top of you according to my TCAS.
Yeah, no worries. I got.
Bert Mooney traffic, Skyline Pilot Club 33 is now 5 miles east. We're going to be making a right base runway 15 full stop. Bert Mooney. 5 miles.
My bad to whoever I went nose to nose with there at Ruby Valley. I was mishearing people saying they were coming in on 07 as 17.
Alright, and this airport definitely needs reworked. I did not get a chance to check any of these.
Likely story.
But on our approach, we are going to see 4 runways.
What is what happened?
2 of these runways are going to be the X-plane model runways, and 2 of them are going to be the result of ortho photos. They are nowhere near aligned. So we will have to land on the one that's modeled for X-plane, because I don't know what the mesh is going to be like for the ortho runway. And KW for life, welcome back, sir. Welcome back, and thank you. We are on a right base to Bert Mooney. Kilo Bravo Tango Mike. Okay. Bert Mooney traffic, Skyline Pilot Club 33 is on a 3-mile final approach, runway 15 full stop. Bert Mooney. Okay. Yep, that whole airport needs shifted. Okay. Where are we at? 90, give me flaps 10. Yes, I am going to be that guy to pick the runway that nobody else is using. Because everybody else is using the closed runway. Alright, what do we got? Flaps 2. Okay. Alright, 80 knots. Let's try and slow that up just a little bit. We're a bit high in the glide slope.
Ruby Valley traffic, Bonanza 1561 Lima is 10 miles north of the field, 8500.
Yeah, full flaps.
5800, going to be joining the left downwind runway 35, Ruby Valley. Ruby Valley, Pilot Club 341, 7 miles to the north, going to be joining left downwind runway 35, Ruby Valley traffic.
Alright, we got a road running in front of the threshold. We got about 200 yards. Okay. Crossing the threshold at what, 50? Let's just float it on down in there. Alright, flaps up. Okay. Burt Mooney traffic, Skyline Pilot Club 33, clear runway 15, taxi back runway 15, Burt Mooney. Okay. So we're at Burt Mooney. The airport is really done well. This is another one I got from the .org this morning. I think the whole thing needs shifted slightly. That's all.
Lima's on the 45. They're doing a left down for 35. Got the Kodiak in sight. Ruby Valley.
Okay. We're gonna go down here to the threshold end, and again I apologize, I'm gonna have to step out for just a moment. And then from there we just gotta quick hop down to Ruby Valley. And we may finish up there with the pilot club, or we may continue on there after their event and find somewhere else to find another one to fly into. We'll see what time it is and how things go.
Traffic, Pilot Club 341, Kodiak. Left of base, runway 35, full stop, Ruby Valley.
Okay. Alright, this is my short line up here. That's what it looks like.
35, will be a touch and go, Ruby Valley.
Alright. I'm going to set my parking brake here, and I'll be right back in just a moment. And then we'll continue on with our next leg.
Valley traffic, Pilot Club 341, Kodiak, turning final runway 35, full stop, Ruby Valley. Ruby Valley, Bonanza 61 Lima, turning left base, 35, Ruby Valley. This will be a touch and go.
All right.
Final runway 35, touch and go, and then on the go we're going to make a left downwind departure after the south, Ruby Valley.
Okay. Sorry about that delay.
Welcome 341, clear.
Okay. And
35, Ruby Valley.
KW for Life says, wow, an opening door. That's almost too cool. And yes, it is fully functional. Both doors actually open. And a full functional cabin air vents. Speaking of which, I will go ahead and turn those on as well, because they are, it's a bit warm in here. Alright, let's get going back here. Alright, we're at Burt Mooney. We're taking 15, and we're going to be departing straight out to Ruby Valley. Kilo Romeo. Bravo. Victor. Kilo Romeo Victor Foxtrot. And it's not in there. Oh, that's because it was identified as something else. How much of the cabin did I build was the question, and the answer is I built this entire thing, as far as the cabin and the panel goes, with the exception of the plug-and-play peripherals. Everything else is all homemade, 3D printed, and wired up using Arduino boards and potentiometers. But yeah, the cabin and the panel are both home built. The panel's overlaid on a 22-inch LED IPS monitor. Alright, seat belts are on. Okay. It's alright, I'm not going to worry about the GPS for Ruby Valley. Burt Mooney traffic, Skyline Pilot Clip 33 is taking runway 15, making a straight out departure to the south. Burt Mooney. Parking brake off. And next question was? Oh, okay. Yes, I've got the firewall to the back of the front seats. It is not a four-seater, unfortunately, much to my kids' dismay. Working on that. Recently picked up a Cessna 172 fuselage, and I'll be going 270-degree projector with the fuselage, and the fuselage is a four-seater, so the kids will be able to come along with me. And then all of everything here will be kind of transferred over to the fuselage. So she will be going down at some point in time in the near future. Alright, Rutherford Center. Strobes are on still. Airspeed's coming alive. Let's rotate. I totally missed a mixture, and that's my own fault. I didn't do my checklist completely. Yeah, I will document the new build. I didn't document this one as much as I probably should have in hindsight. Alright, so our next heading's gonna be 147. I am just gonna go for the old visual because, like I said, this next airport is in X-Plane, but I forget the identifier in X-Plane for it at the moment. I'm not gonna bother looking it up. I'm just gonna fly and find it. So, microwave tower. Where is this microwave tower I'm hearing about? Okay, microwave tower. It's a mountain. Alright, so we're gonna traverse to the left side of that. Well, we're gonna put it off of our right wing, we'll say. And let's go ahead and climb up, well, southbound, easterly. East is least, west is best is my mantra when it comes to that. So we could do 7,500 and be VFR legal. 7,500 may or may not necessarily get us there for terrain. Microwave tower is 10,000. Well, let's bump it up. 9,500. Here we go. VX. Climb, climb. Alright, here's our 8,500 almost.
Valley traffic, German 17 out, about 5 miles west of the field. We're on a fast and loose right now, wind 35, pushing up, always behind 563.
Alright, 9,000 feet. Let's get up there to 9,500. Ruby Valley is 4,700, so we'll have to lose 5,000 feet at some point. Oh, look, there's a VFR. Tell you what, let's get that VFR in here. Just as kind of a backup.
North of the field, 7,500, going to be joining the left now with 35.
Alright, so we're past 9,500 or 9,800. So, microwave tower. It's probably gonna be this mountain, terrain, large land mass straight ahead here. And its peak elevation looks like 10,223. Alright, 10,000 feet. Well, do we want to traverse it? Let's traverse it. Let's not go around, let's go over. My ceiling is about 14,000 feet. I did not bring oxygen, but we should be fine. Peak is 10,223. Let's cross it at 11,000.
Valley traffic, German 7 off whiskey, short final, 35, touching go, make a right turn off on the departure.
WestJet asks how often I do night flights. I do night flights quite often for my own proficiency. The caveat with night flights when streaming is that there's so much glare that you really can't see anything on the user end, unfortunately. Ideally, I would have some sort of material that I could place over each display that would reduce the amount of glare coming from each display. That would be ideal and really enhance things and allow it to be able to even stream things at night. But with the current, just the reflection off the LCD displays, it's just really hard to get a good recording. But we can kind of demonstrate that here real quick. So if I was flying at night,
Ruby Valley 563, clear to runway.
If I was flying at night, I'm going red.
Yeah, 563, that's fine. I was lined up on 17.
We'll bring in nighttime. Okay, let me turn my landing lights on, my nav lights on, because we're dark right now. And then this should give kind of a demonstration. Even if I get rid of the ambient lighting, it's just really hard to get just a good clear picture because it's just so dark. And while I can see it on my end, and it looks just like I'm flying at night out of a real aircraft, it's just really hard, for the user end, for you guys to, probably even see some of these roads that are lit up that I'm able to see out the front and side windows.
About a 3-mile final for 35 Root Valley.
And that could be, I turn up your gamma. That must that must be an NVIDIA. I wonder if that's something in NVIDIA settings that I can adjust. You can see better in the dark. All right, gamma. I'm gonna have to think about that. And I've never actually watched. I guess. So I guess it's somewhat. You can kind of see somewhat of it. It might be a bit better at dusk time. In the filters and OBS. Okay. I'll have to check that out. Yes, I have to agree. I really enjoy night flights, especially after I did the TK light mod for X-Plane and got a night light coverage. Alright, but let me bring my daytime VFR back in because we are in some terrain.
Valley traffic, German 7 up whiskey, clear on 35, taxi for him.
And bring the lights back on. Alright, so that's something I may have to experiment with the gamma filters in OBS to see if that doesn't enhance things and they use it at the inside. And I wasn't quite sure if I'm not sure a lot of it has to do with the exposure setting of the camera itself, but I'll definitely experiment around with that because it would be kind of nice to be able to, do some of these evening streams and have it transition into sunset. Well, I can see it, I want to make sure it's at least somewhat, palatable for the viewers to see as well. I've got just one of the radio panel knobs set to a fly with lure command that I can just use to increase and decrease the time, so I can bring in nighttime and daytime on demand as I'm streaming if I want to. Alright, so where are we at? We lost? No, we're gonna circle back around here. When I try to fly ILS, don't know why I forgot what it's called, but the thingy that tells you where to go, the glide slope, the Poppy or Vassy, there's a couple different, the localizer, it is always stuck in the middle and doesn't even move when I'm pointing at the runway. Is that an aircraft problem? Well, you'd probably I'm assuming you've got that nav frequency dialed in, and you're on, you've got the nav radio turned on, and you're on active and not standby. The thing in my cockpit. This one here or the one below it? So you've got your, this is the ADF, and then you've got nav 2 and nav 1, or I guess the VOR, VOR 1, VOR 2, nav 2. You would probably know more than I would. Yeah.
On final runway 35, touch and go. On the go, we're going to do a simulated engine out and turn back for runway 177.
Right. So basically, and he's correct. If I'm on GPS mode, it won't grab the vertical unless I'm on an approach. It'll just monitor the horizontal. If I had a localizer dialed in on nav 1, your localizer does your horizontal and your vertical. So if just like your VOR approaches, if you're on a VOR approach, you're only going to grab that horizontal and you're on the visual for the vertical. course deviation indicator. I guess that would be the best name for it. But right now I'm in nav mode. Well, GPS mode. If I was in localizer and tuned in, it would swing both needles.
Still in traffic. Bonanza 61 Lima is on departure leg, runway 35. We're going to do a simulated engine out.
What aircraft are you referencing there, WestJet? Yep, I've deviated quite a bit from Ruby Valley, but that's alright. How far are we out? 15 miles, that's not bad. Ruby Valley traffic, Skyline Pilot Club 33 is about 15 miles west. We're going to be inbound, left. What are we checking here? 07? Left base 07, Ruby Valley. Oh yeah, that's another important thing. Just like in the GPS mode, you know, it'll have you set a course, you know, to have you set your CDI to your heading, to what course you want, and that's the same as for your localizer. You need to make sure that you know, you're on your approach course. This one is probably not gonna have one for me to overlay. This one just has RNAV approach. But for example, I don't know if this will give me one or not. If you look at an ILS diagram,
Still in traffic, Bonanza 61 Lima, taking off runway 35. We're going to do another simulated engine out, turning back for 17.
yeah. WestJet, check out vatstar.com. It's a pilot training academy for VATSIM. The training is free, but it would definitely answer all your questions about instrument approaches and things like that, and all the material is presented right there on the website. And the material does come from the FAA, so it is practical and it is real world stuff. So you feel free to check that out. Alright, there's our destination. In X-plane it is 7 Sierra 1. I knew it was identified differently, and that is something I'm also going to have to update. Alright, 7 miles out, we need to lose a lot of altitude. Because where our field's only 4,500. Yeah. Can we get some weather from there though? .025. Negative.
Midland traffic, Bonanza 61 Lima, departure leg, runway 35. Gonna do a simulated engine out and make a right turn back for 17. Dylan.
Doesn't look like we can get that weather information. It's either not active in X-plane, which is, that's almost got to be what it is. It's just not programmed as an ATC frequency in X-plane. So it's not letting me pull it, but what do we got here at Twin Bridges, River Valley, 0725 and 1735. 35 is going to be best wind. And weather-wise, alright, so let's do that, 35. Let me bring my airport diagram over top because I am unfamiliar with the field. Okay, 35. Where's that put me at? Puts me on a left base, right? But where are we at? 7,500 feet? Okay. Let's enter the 45. That'll give us some time to lose some altitude still. Ruby Valley traffic, Skyline Pilot Club 33 is 3 miles west of the field. Gonna be entering the 45 to join the left downwind for runway 35, Ruby Valley. Alright, I get up here, level out. Ruby Valley was at 4,800 feet, so we'll call pattern altitude 5,800 feet, and we're almost there at 6,100 feet.
Traffic, Bonanza 61 Lima, taking off runway 35. We're going to be doing a simulated engine out and making a right turn back for 17.
That's my buddy Tommy over there at Dillon doing some simulated engine outs. Got a little bit low. Alright. There's our field at our 9 o'clock. Dillon traffic. Ruby Valley traffic, Skyline Pilot Club 33 is left downwind, runway 35, full stop. Dillon, Ruby Valley. And here I have Dillon on the brain. And Tommy's probably over there laughing at me now. Ruby Valley traffic, Skyline Pilot Club 33, it's midfield, left downwind, runway 35, full stop, Ruby Valley. Alright, we're beam the numbers, power it back. Flaps 10. Flaps 10, not 20. Alright, there's our 45. Ruby Valley traffic, Skyline Pilot Club 33, left base 35, full stop, Ruby Valley. Excuse me. Ruby Valley traffic, Skyline Pilot Club 33, final approach 35, full stop, Ruby Valley. Okay. We are on the glide slope. Looks like we got 2 red, 2 white. Doing something right. Okay. Flaps 2. So it looks like we do have an intersecting runway here, and that looks like our exit's going to be just past that.
Still in traffic, Bonanza 61 Lima, taking off runway 35.
Okay. Alright. So there we are. Ruby Valley traffic, Skyline Pilot Club 33. It's clear runway 35 and taxiing to the ramp, Ruby Valley. And KW for Life wins the landing rate competition. I'm guessing 190 feet per minute, and I came in at, whoa, 278. A little bit higher than I wanted. That's alright. Had a lot worse too. That first one was really bad. Alright, where are we at? Do we have time to get another one in before I have to jump off of here?
Still in traffic, Bonanza 61 Lima, left downwind, runway 35. This will be a short approach to a full stop. Dylan.
Alright, we're gonna try something, and this is something I wanted to do a little while ago, just haven't gotten around to it. A couple weeks ago I watched a video about a student pilot, and he was up there on a solo, and he lost throttle authority, and his aircraft was stuck at 100% throttle. Well, the engine was stuck at 100% power. The throttle itself, from my understanding, was stuck right around 50%, but there was no authority. And through contact with ATC and some flight instructors, they were able to get him down the ground using the mixture as a way to control the engine RPM. So, since I've got a little bit of time to kill, and since we have nobody around, let's give it a go. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a 07 since we're at this end. And then I'll probably loop us back around. We'll cross back over the midfield of 3-5 to pick up the left downwind again. And then we'll try to bring her in at a full throttle, 100%. Yes, you should have, if you're tuned into nav1, you should have nav1 selected. Ruby Valley Traffic, Skyline Pilot Club 33 is taking runway 07. We're going to be out and back over midfield to rejoin the left downwind for runway 35, Ruby Valley. Alright, let me say bye to the Pilot Club since their event is officially over, I'm sure by now. And yep, everybody, well, you know, I can just hang out in here, at least for now. Okay. Yeah, other than Tommy flying, still there's really nobody else to say bye to, but that's fine. So let's give this a shot. I've already called for it. I already let people know. So let's go ahead and take 07 here. We do have some terrain we're immediately going to have to avoid. So, but like I said, we're going to go out and back over midfield. It's a rough runway. Alright, airspeed's coming alive. And let's rotate.
Traffic, Vanessa 64 Lima, simulated engine out, landing runway 222.
Alright, let's get up to about, let's get up to pattern altitude. Let's go 6,500. No. 5,800 pattern altitude. Steep turn, 180 to the left. Let's try and maintain this altitude. Ruby Valley Traffic, Skyline Pilot Club 33 is crossing over midfield to join the left downwind 35. Possible touch and go, Ruby Valley.
Inland traffic, Vanessa 61 Lima, joining a left base for runway 35. Stop and go. Dylan.
Alright, we're just going to leave the power in. Ruby Valley Traffic, Skyline Pilot Club 33 is on a left downwind runway 35. We have a simulated stuck throttle 100%. Ruby Valley. Okay. I want want to make sure I'm going to give myself plenty of final. Now we are in the Boss 182. So she makes some pretty decent power as it is.
Traffic Bonanza 61 Lima, short final 35, stop and go.
Alright, so let's see what this does here. Okay. 1,000, 1,000. Alright, she'll come back to live after at least 2 seconds. 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. Alright, so she'll come back alive, it seems. Alright, so this ought to be interesting. Get some more. About 4.5 miles out. River Valley traffic, Skyline Pilot Club 33 is on a long left base, runway 35, the stuck full throttle simulated Ruby Valley.
Dylan traffic, Bonanza 61 Lima taking off runway 35, left closed traffic. Dylan.
Alright, there's the field. Ruby Valley traffic, Skyline Pilot Club 33 is on a long 5-mile final approach, runway 35, simulated stuck throttle, Ruby Valley. Alright, where are we at, 100? We're at 5,600 feet, which we are at pattern altitude.
Turning left downwind 35, Dylan. And Dylan traffic, Bonanza 61 Lima. This is going to be a simulated full stuck throttle coming back to land runway 35, Dylan.
Alright, there's the strip. I was nowhere near lined up with final like I was expecting. I was actually lined up with my downwind from when I took off. Alright. We're gonna try this anyway. Alright, we've got no flaps in.
traffic, the name is 61 Lima, left extended downward for 35. We're going to start a left turn all the way to final for 35, simulated full stuck throttle. Dylan.
Alright, mags off. Alright, now mind you, in this simulated procedure we just did, I have no idea how the real aircraft would have responded, you know, at full lean, at full power, in a 182. I haven't experienced that, so I really just don't know. But very doable, obviously. What time is it? Well, unfortunately, I'm afraid that is all the time that I have. Let me go ahead and start this bird back up. If we can get back to the ramp and out of the way. Mags on. Power's back. Okay. Ruby Valley traffic, Skyline Pilot Club 33 is clear of runway 35 and taxiing back to the ramp. Ruby Valley. Alright.
Still in traffic, the name is 61 Lima, short final 35, full stop, Dylan.
If you are new here, please feel free to go ahead and follow so you can catch the next one. If you've come back to see me, like I know a lot of you have here, as always, I do appreciate it. Appreciate everyone that flies with me. Flying is fun, but flying is always more fun with more than one. So we had a few people come in today, WestJet, and it's always a pleasure. Kind of been with me since the beginning. Serge came in, big boss man of the Pilot Club. And who else did we have show up down here? Hawker. So, drive the aircraft, Michael. Hawker showed up. Also kind of been here since I started streaming. And who else did we have? KW for Life came back in. He was a raider that came in with Slant Alpha yesterday. And who else did we have? Mike Ox Big 9. Don't think I've had you on board, but welcome and thanks for flying with me. And I think that pretty much covers it for the chat. If I missed you, I do apologize. Alright, well let's get down to the ramp here. We'll shut everything down. And we will see who we can go and raid. Look at that. A lovely tea just for me. Okay. WestJet, always a pleasure. You have yourself a good night, and we will see you later. Okay, G5 going down. Avionics going off. Lights going off. Mixture to lean. Mags off. Master off. Parking brake on. Okay, attack time. Out. What do we got? 545.8. So we got 2.7 on that one. Not a bad flight for Tuesday night. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate it. Let's see who we can send us over to. Let's go over and watch Sim Caesar. He's about finished up. Or we can go over and watch Tommy. Let's go over and watch Tommy. How about that? He's in the Yellowstone area. Okay. Alright everyone, we will see you all later. You guys all take care and thanks.